If you are trying to make more money but you don't want a second job, then watch this. This video is going to help you discover a few simple ways to boost your income without sacrificing all of your free time. Many people don't know about these opportunities, but this is how it works. Make sure you stay tuned because one of these could start making you money sooner than you think. So before we get started, can I ask one small favour? If you like the content that I share here, can you please take a second to hit the subscribe button? It really helps the channel grow and it keeps me motivated to create helpful content for you. Thank you very much. And before we dive in, I want to tell you about some free resources that will show you how to start an online business and explore different ways to create an online income. If you want access to those, then you can get them instantly through the link in the description box below the video. Let's begin with number one, which is to turn skills that you already have into extra income using AI and online tools. So let's talk about the first problem that many people face when trying to earn more money without a second job. They believe they need brand new skills. Now, if you struggle with that idea, start by identifying skills that you already use at work, school, or even at home. So let me walk you through a quick process. If you open a free workspace like Notion or Google Documents, write 3 short lists on it. The first one can be tasks that you already know how to do. The next list can be digital tools that you've used, and the third list can be problems that you have helped someone else to solve. So there are your 3 lists. Now, if you want a simple formula to turn those lists into a paid service, then use skill plus problem plus outcome equals a paid service. So there is your formula. Now, if you know how to edit simple videos and creators struggle with short form content, then your service can become short form video editing for TikTok and YouTube Shorts. So there is an example. Now, if you actually search this kind of phrase on Upwork or Fiverr.com, so these are some freelancing websites, you will likely see people already hiring other people for that exact kind of task. So let me tell you about a simple way that AI can help you turn a basic skill into something more valuable. If you want to help businesses with content creation but struggle with the writing, AI tools can speed up the process while you just focus on editing and improving the final result. So if you actually open ChatGPT and you type a prompt in like, write 5 short Instagram captions for a coffee shop promoting a new drink. So there's a simple prompt that you could actually use. You will then get a starting draft in just a few seconds. Now, if you copy that text into Grammarly, you can actually refine the wording so it sounds much more natural and professional. Now, if you want a practical service idea, you can offer social media caption writing for small businesses. If you repeat this kind of workflow for a client, idea generation, editing, and even the delivery, you actually solve a real problem for businesses that are struggling to post on a consistent basis. Now, if you want a clear example of how people are using AI tools to actually create services, short form video editing is one of the fastest growing opportunities right now. If you struggle with complex editing software, you can start with beginner-friendly tools like CapCut, and you can actually start using this for free. So let me walk you through the steps. If you upload a video into CapCut, use the auto caption feature to generate subtitles automatically. If you then cut the video into 15 to 30 second clips and just add some bold captions to each clip, you can create content ready for TikTok, Instagram Reels, or even YouTube Shorts. So there is a service that you can offer straight away. Now, if you want to speed up the editing even more, there are tools out there like Descript, which actually allow you to edit videos by editing the transcript text. So if you package this into a service like, I will turn your long videos into 5 short viral clips, you can solve a real problem and a demand for creators who don't have too much time to edit content themselves. Now, here is another practical idea. If you want to use AI but you prefer visual work instead of writing or video editing, if you actually struggle with design software, beginner-friendly platforms like Canva actually allow you to create social media graphics, presentation slides, and even marketing materials very quickly. So let me walk you through a simple process. If you open Canva and just search templates for Instagram carousel or even YouTube thumbnail, you're going to see lots of different ready-made designs. And if you then combine those templates with AI image tools like Midjourney or DALL-E, you can actually generate some really unique images and place them directly into your designs in Canva. Now, if you offer a service like custom social media graphics for small businesses. You can help companies and businesses maintain a consistent online presence without actually hiring a full-time designer. So let me now tell you about one of the most practical ways to actually find people who need these kinds of services. If you want clients very quickly, start where businesses are already searching for this kind of help. If you create a profile on Upwork.com and then you just search for terms like YouTube Shorts Editor, or even social media assistant or social media manager, or even AI content writer. If you see these kind of job listings, that confirms there is a real demand. Now, if you actually struggle with writing proposals, just use this simple structure. Problem into solution into example. So if you actually write something like, I noticed you want short clips for TikTok. I can edit your long videos into caption clips using CapCut. The client immediately understands the benefit that you are offering as your service. Now, if you send several thoughtful proposals like this each week, then you increase your chances of actually landing your first paid project. Now, if you want to avoid some common mistakes that beginners often make, the biggest one is actually relying entirely on AI without adding any human judgment or any human elements. You want to be adding some human elements into your AI. Now, if you struggle with quality control, always review AI output before delivering any work to a client. Now, if you actually use ChatGPT to draft content, then you want to read it carefully and edit the tone so it sounds much more relevant and natural to the client's audience and their tone. Now, if you design graphics with Canva, you want to adjust the colors, the fonts and the spacing so that the design feels more original rather than just copied from a template. Now, if you want more consistent results, create a simple checklist. This can be review the spelling, confirm the content solves the client's problems, and just test the final format before actually sending it to the client. Now, if you actually follow that process, you can deliver work that clients trust and want to hire again. Now, if you are ready to turn this into a practical action plan, let me break it down step by step so you can start today. If you begin by listing your skills inside Notion or Google Documents, you can quickly see what you can actually offer. Now, if you choose one skill and apply the skill plus the problem plus the outcome formula, you can create a very clear service that people understand really well. Now, if you use tools like ChatGPT for writing, CapCut for the video editing, and just Canva for the free version for the graphics and the visuals, you can dramatically speed up the work while still delivering really high value. Now, if you create a profile on Upwork.com or Fiverr and you start applying for small projects, you put yourself in front of clients actively searching for this kind of help. Now, if you just repeat this process consistently, you build a realistic path to earning extra income without needing a second job. Let's now move on to number 2, which is to help small businesses improve their online presence. So let's talk about a common problem that many small businesses have right now. They know they need an online presence, but they don't have the time, or they usually lack the time or the skills to actually manage it properly. So this is where you can actually step in and help them. Now, if you struggle with finding ways to earn an extra income, helping businesses with simple online tasks can become a very practical service that you can offer to make more money. Now, if you want proof that this kind of demand actually exists, then just search phrases like social media help or social media assistant, or even something like Google Business Profile Setup on websites like Fiverr.com and Upwork.com. And you're likely going to see many listings from business owners asking for this kind of help. Now, if you notice restaurants, gyms, local shops, or even service businesses with outdated pages, that is a very clear opportunity for you that you can actually tap in and help them with. Now, if you actually focus on solving small digital problems for these kind of businesses, you actually create a very useful service without needing a second job. So, if you want to start with something very simple, updating and optimizing a business listing is one of the easiest services that you can actually offer. If you search a local business on Google Maps and their profile has some missing photos, outdated opening hours, or even no description at all, that profile is likely underperforming, so you can actually step in and help them. Now, if you open Google Business Profile, you can actually see how businesses add images, services, posts, and even updates to improve their visibility. Now, if you want a step-by-step process, You want to start by reviewing the listing, write a clear description of the business, upload some high quality photos and ensure the opening hours and the contact details are all correct. If you help a business complete those steps, you actually solve a problem that directly improves how customers can find them online so they can get more customers. Now, if you want to provide even more value, simple content creation can make a big difference for local businesses. If you struggle with what to post, tools like Canva allow you to create quick graphics for promotions, announcements, or even seasonal offers. So let me walk you through an example. If a cafe wants to promote a new style of drink, you can actually open Canva, search for Instagram post templates, and just add a really good photo, include the drink's name, and just export the image in just a few minutes. Now, if you actually combine this with caption ideas from ChatGPT, you can quickly prepare content which is ready for Instagram or even Facebook. Now, if you just repeat this kind of process each week, you can provide a service that many businesses simply don't have too much time to actually handle for themselves. Now, if you want to find your first client, looking at local businesses is often much easier than competing globally. So if you just search your town or your city on Google Maps and just open several business profiles, you want to pay attention to the ones with very few photos or even outdated posts. Now, if you want a simple outreach approach, then just use the observation solution result formula. If you say something like, I noticed your Google business profile doesn't have many photos. I can help update it and add weekly posts so more people will find you online. That kind of message will help really well. The owner immediately understands the benefit that you are offering. Now, if you send a few thoughtful messages just like this through email or even on social media, you actually create some real opportunities to offer some help. Now, if you want to make your work much more efficient, AI and automation tools can save a lot of time. If you struggle with writing descriptions, you can draft them in ChatGPT and then just adjust the wording to match the business's tone and their personality. If you need to organize social media content, there are tools like Buffer or even later.com which allow you to schedule posts in advance. If you create several graphics in Canva, you can schedule them directly through these kind of tools so businesses can maintain a consistent online presence. Now, if you follow this kind of workflow, you can complete tasks much faster while delivering practical results for any kind of clients that you work with. So, if you want to avoid common mistakes, the biggest one is offering complicated marketing services before you gain any experience. If you struggle with confidence, just start with some very simple tasks like profile optimization, content posting, or even adding photos to business listings. If you focus on solving one specific problem, the client understands exactly what you are offering. If you want to grow this much further, you can gradually expand your services to actually include things like review management or simple analytics reports using tools inside Google Business Profile. Now, if you follow this step-by-step approach, you can create a realistic path to earning extra income by helping businesses improve their online visibility. Let's now move on to number 3, which is to use affiliate marketing to earn from products that you already recommend. So let's now talk about a problem that many people face when trying to make more money online. They think they need their own product to start earning. If you struggle with that idea, affiliate marketing is a practical alternative because you will earn a commission for recommending products or services that already exist. Now, if you want to see how this works, just visit platforms like Digistore24, Amazon Associates, ClickBank, or even Impact, where companies provide affiliate links for their products. Now, if you actually share a product using your unique affiliate link and someone buys it, you will earn a small percentage of the sale. Now, if you focus on products that you already use and understand really well, your recommendations feel more genuine and more useful. Now, if you follow that approach, you actually avoid the biggest beginner mistake, which is promoting random products that you don't know a lot about. So, if you want to choose the right products to promote, then research is the first step that prevents wasted energy and effort. Now, if you open marketplaces like Amazon and search for a product category you are familiar with, then pay attention to items with strong reviews and consistent demand. Now, if you want a quick way to actually validate the interest, there are tools like Google Trends that can show whether people are actively searching for that product over time. So Google Trends will show you the search interest over time for any given keywords. You want to be using that, Google Trends. Now, if you see steady or growing search interest on Google Trends for that product, it's more likely to generate some traffic. Now, if you actually combine this with the problem, product, solution formula, you can create really helpful recommendations. Now, if someone searches for best microphone for YouTube, your content can explain the problem, show a product, and demonstrate how it actually solves that problem. So if you want a simple platform to actually share those recommendations, creating helpful content is the most reliable method. If you struggle with where to actually start, short form content platforms like TikTok or YouTube allow you to create quick product demonstrations. If you show how a product actually works, explain who it's actually for, and include your affiliate link in the description, then viewers can easily find it. If you want a practical example, many creators record short videos reviewing desk setups, productivity tools, or even budget tech gadgets. If you explain what you like, what could actually be better, and who the product is really useful for, your content becomes much more helpful instead of promotional. So if you want to produce content faster, AI tools can help you with research and the planning. Now, if you struggle to come up with video ideas, you can use ChatGPT to generate topic ideas like 5 useful tools for remote work or something like 3 affordable gadgets for students. Now, if you just paste the product details into ChatGPT and just ask it for a summary, you quickly get some talking points that you can turn into a script. Now, if you want to organize those ideas, there are apps like Notion or even Trello that can store your content plan and track which products you have already covered. Now, if you follow this kind of system, you avoid the common problem of running out of ideas. So, if you want to improve the quality of your content, then simple editing tools can make your recommendations much easier to watch. If you record short videos, editing apps like CapCut actually allow you to add captions, highlight the key features, and trim unnecessary parts of the clip. If you include captions, your content becomes much easier to watch on mobile devices where many viewers keep the sound turned off. If you show the product in action while explaining how it solves a problem, then viewers can quickly decide whether it's useful for them. Now, if you repeat this process consistently, your content becomes a very helpful resource instead of a simple advertisement. Now, if you want to avoid common mistakes, the biggest one is posting affiliate links without any useful content. If you struggle with the engagement, remember that people search for solutions, not advertisements. Now, if you follow the review, demonstrate and recommend formula, your content becomes far more helpful. If you review the product honestly, you demonstrate how it actually works, and then you just recommend it to the right audience, viewers are much more likely to trust your advice and purchase the product. If you only post links without any explanation, most people will just ignore them because they don't understand the value that you are trying to offer. So if you're ready to start with this method step by step, the process is very simple and practical. If you begin by joining an affiliate program like Amazon Associates, Digistore24 or even Impact, you will receive unique links for products you can choose to recommend. Now, if you research popular products using Amazon and just confirm interest using Google Trends, you reduce the risk of promoting items that nobody really wants or nobody really needs. Now, if you start creating really helpful content on platforms like YouTube or even TikTok or Instagram, and just edit the videos using CapCut, you make your recommendations much more clear and very useful. Now, if you stay consistent and just focus on helping people solve problems or take away their pain points with the right products, you build a realistic path to earning extra income without needing a second job. Let's now move on to number 4, which is to turn useful knowledge into paid online micro-tutoring. So let's talk about a problem that many people have when they want to make more money. They assume teaching requires formal qualifications or years of experience. If you struggle with that idea, micro-tutoring is a practical option because people regularly pay for help with small problems like understanding software, regularly learning study techniques, or even improving their writing, or even learning a language. Now, if you want some proof that this demand actually exists, you want to search tutoring topics on SuperProf or even Preply, and you will see thousands of short lessons offered by everyday people. Now, if you want to identify a useful topic, think about something that you already understand very well. This could be something like using spreadsheets, basic video editing, or even English or maths, or something like exam preparation. These are all very useful things that you can teach about. Now, if you actually follow the skill to problem to lesson formula, you can turn knowledge into a focused lesson that solves a specific problem. Now, if you help someone understand one clear task, that lesson becomes very valuable. So, if you want to structure a simple tutoring session, a clear step-by-step process helps students get results quickly. So let me walk you through a practical example. If you use Zoom or Google Meet for the session, you can share your screen while explaining the task. If the lesson is about spreadsheets, then just open Google Sheets and demonstrate how to organize data or use a simple formula like sum or filter, SUM or filter. If you break the lesson into 3 parts, just explain the problem, demonstrate the solution, and then let the student try it for themselves. You actually create a practical learning experience. If you record the session and share the replay link afterwards, the student then can review the lesson later on. If you follow this kind of structure very consistently, your sessions feel much more organised and more useful. So, if you want to prepare lessons faster, AI tools can help you create clear teaching materials. If you struggle with explaining complex ideas, you can draft explanations using ChatGPT and then just simplify the wording so it is easy to understand. Now, if you want visual examples, tools like Canva allow you to create simple diagrams, step lists, or even slides that guide the lesson. Now, if you save those materials inside Notion, you can reuse them for your future students. Now, if you repeat the same lesson with different people, you can just reduce preparation time while keeping the quality very high. If you organise lessons in this kind of way, your tutoring becomes more efficient and easier to scale. So, if you want to avoid some common mistakes, the biggest one is trying to teach too many topics at once. If you struggle with positioning your service, just focus on one clear learning outcome like learn basic Excel formulas or learn basic English or math, or improve English conversation for job interviews, something like that. If you list your lessons on platforms like SuperProf, Cambly, or even Preply, describe exactly what the student will achieve by the end of the session. If you follow a simple workflow, choose a skill, design a short lesson, host the session on Zoom, and organise your materials in Notion, you create a repeatable system. If you help students solve real problems during those sessions, you build a reliable way to earn extra income without needing a second job. Wow, that's it for this one. Now, if you're serious about building your online business and creating new income streams, take the next step now. Click the link below in the description or in the top pinned comment, where you can find some free training resources to help you get started right away. These free step-by-step resources are designed to guide you through launching a successful online business and help you to generate new online income streams. So don't wait, take action today. Click the link below and start your journey right now. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It really does energize and motivate me to create more content for you. Thank you very much indeed. And if you want to connect on social, you can find me on LinkedIn and Instagram. The links are in the description below. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel, and have a wonderful day.